Betty. It's Cheryl, and what I thought I would do is just kind of walk you through the asynchronous module that you'll be completing this week instead of coming to class. So it's worth 40 points because I'm counting it as your attendance. So I'm going to share my screen with you just for a second, just so that you kind of see where it is and like how to walk through the module. The purpose of the module is to prepare you to complete your own life graph that you're going to be presenting in class this Friday. And what you're going to do is be spending a lot of time doing, learning a little bit about the life of St. Ignatius. You're going to be examining your own life. You're going to choose 8 to 12 critical incidents in the life of St. Ignatius or in a hero of your choice. So it could be a family hero. It could be a public hero, or Shiro. Okay? So you can choose the person that you would like to develop this life graph for this assignment. And you would just upload it on Camino. This is just to help you practice being able to complete your own assignment, your own life graph assignment that's due on Friday. So let me share my screen with you, and we're going to look at the Camino course. So here's the Camino course. You can see it here. And if you go to assignments, here is the day 3 asynchronous module that I'm referring to. So you would just open up this module. There's St. Ignatius, the statue on our campus. And the title of the module is, What Does It Mean to Be a Teacher for Others? This is a very Jesuit notion. You're going to complete this asynchronous module to understand what it means to be a teacher for others. You'll also learn the elements of a life graph by creating the life graph of St. Ignatius' life or the life of one of your own heroes or sheroes. So here is the module completion rubric, quality and completion. So if you click on this link here, it's going to take you to the module activities. So you're going to just click on this 250-275 day 3 intro. And you'll read the intro. There's some slides that you'll read. And then I don't know if you can see it, but there's a button at the bottom here that says next. You go to the next activity. So go through this one. And Dr. Hoyle put this together. So Dr. Hoyle is recommending that you write a quick note to let others know your experience about doing a life graph. Have you ever done a life graph before? Maybe you did one in high school or college, or maybe as part of a retreat. And then you're going to read through your peer posts and you're going to reply. So this is where you would post in this little square, and then you would need to reply to at least one other person's post by clicking the reply buttons to their post. So that's the first activity you're going to do. When you're done with that, you're going to go hit the next button again. And you're going to watch this quick little video on the life of St. Ignatius. It's kind of a funny little video, but it does kind of give you an overview of his life. You're going to want to start taking some notes at this point about all the critical incidents that you think are critical transition points in his life, because you're going to need to choose 8 to 12 of these events that you're going to eventually create a life graph from. If you choose to create a life graph from your own hero or shero, you'll need to choose 8 to 12 transition points in their life that you'll use to create the life graph. So you'll watch this video about St. Ignatius' life. Then you're going to enroll in a hero video contest. Santa Clara University is a Jesuit university, and this module has a couple of videos of the life of St. Ignatius. I want you to find a video about the life of a hero of yours, your own hero or shero. And if you found that video, just embed it in the post below. Okay, so you'll just embed it here. And then you'll go to next. And now we're moving on to learn a little bit about what are these spiritual exercises that St. Ignatius developed. So you'll watch this quick video. And the next slide, the self-care practice. The spiritual exercises of Ignatius are one example of a practice. Practices can be contemplative, like prayer or meditation, or they can be physical, like yoga or physical exercise or intellectual learning or silence. So these practices are kind of recharge you. Committing to any practice allows you to reflect on what's going on within you. This reflection will be an important aspect of surviving the first few years as a teacher. Share one practice from your life here in this little box that brings you energy. Read through and see what others have been doing for their self-care. So that's that activity. Again, click the next button to go to the next step. And here is a little PowerPoint, again, that's talking about other aspects of the life of St. Ignatius, basically kind of his childhood experiences. What was his childhood like? Click the next button. There was an event that happened in St. Ignatius's life with a Moor that kind of brought him to a crossroads in his life. So what you want to do is read through this article, because this article points out what that event was and how that affected his life. It's where he developed prudence. So up until this point in his life, he was very off the wall, wild and uncontrolled, had no prudence at all. And then after this event, prudence started kicking in and he developed wisdom. So I'm going to go to the next step. It's right here. And this is where you're going to write a reflection. You've learned about what St. Ignatius's life was when he was young. So now I want you to think about your own life. You're going to put it in the folder on Google Drive. You each have a Google Drive folder, so you'll need to create a folder for day 3, and you can put your reflection right in that day 3 folder. What were you like at age 7? And would you have liked to teach you as a child? Why or why not? What were you like at the ages of 17, 18? Would you have liked to teach your adolescent self? Why or why not? And in what ways are you the same as your young self now? Okay. So again, just put that reflection in the Google Drive in your student folder, the student folder you created for day 3. Okay, you're done with that. So now you're going to go to the next button. There is another PowerPoint slide now about Ignatius's life as a young man, young 30s, and some really significant things happened at that point. So again, you're going to want to take notes about what happened in his childhood, significant events that you thought were really important, and then significant events during his 30s. Again, you're choosing 8 to 10 critical events, not all of these events. You'll need to choose 8 to 10, sorry. So you'll read through that, take some notes, click on the next button, and now here's another reflection you're going to be uploading in your Google Drive folder. Reflection number 2 is asking you about what brings you joy and comfort, what brings you unease or restlessness, who were your childhood and adolescent heroes or sheroes, and you just take 5 minutes, Type that in, upload it into your folder. Click the next button. And this is the next PowerPoint slide, the last PowerPoint slide presentation on St. Ignatius's life. This is like 1 year after he had a major accident, life-threatening accident. So you read through that again, which are the significant events that you want to include in his life graph. You'll pick those out. Click the next button. And this is your last reflection, reflection 3. Identify a time in your life when you came to a fork in the road. Like there was a decision you had to make. You either go this way or you go this way. Which path did you choose? How does it influence you today? Does it have anything to do with your choice of being a teacher here at Santa Clara University? And so you're going to just take 5 minutes to reflect. Why Santa Clara? Why did you come to Santa Clara? Why did you choose teaching? Did you find discussing ideas and concepts with peers exciting and helpful? Because you'll be writing that reflection and uploading it in your folder. How do you see your personal preference in regards to discussions influencing your learning in this program? Do you like discussion-based classes or not? So again, you're just going to write some thoughts about that. Upload it in your folder, and you're ready to go to next. This is where you're going to make your own make a life graph. So the life graph could be made from the 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 critical incidences that took place in St. Ignatius's life, or it could be 8 to 12 critical incidents of another hero that you want to do a life graph for, okay? Eventually, you're going to create your own life graph, but not with this assignment. So your life graph has to be 8 to 12 visual representations of critical incidents in that person's life, no words. On a separate Word document, you're going to explain the significance of 3 of those critical incidents, and you're going to connect one of those critical incidences with your own life. Like, I connect to that incident in that person's life, right? Because, so here's the 3 that I'm going to explain, and then here's the one that I connect to, okay? So the visual representation might look something like this. Here's a more resources about spiritual exercises. I believe actually there is an example of visual representation in the syllabus. So you might want to look in the syllabus and see an example of a visual representation. So basically it's like a poster full of a lot of different pictures and so forth. In fact, there were some that were done last year that you might want to take a look at online and our Google website. So let me pull up our Google website and show you where that folder is. So it's on the drive, our Google Drive in the Reds class, and you all have access to this. So see this sample life graphs folder? This has examples of life graphs that were done last year. There are some people decided to do life graph PowerPoint slides, which you certainly can do also. Others chose to do a poster. For this assignment, you're doing a poster. So here are some different ones. You can kind of take a look at them. See how there's no words on this? But there are 8 to 12 critical incidents that happened in this person's life that were very meaningful to her, okay? So that's one example. Here's another example. Kind of looks like a line graph almost. You can see each of these represent a different incidence. So like for St. Ignatius's life, you're going to think of 8 to 12 pictures or pictographs that you would draw. Here's another one. So you're going to just draw this on a piece of paper and take a photo and upload it into your day 3 folder. Okay. All right. So that will be your hero life graph. Okay. So you'll draw your life graph about your hero, those 8 to 12 pictographs, explain 3 of them, and then explain a connection with 1 in words, okay? Unless you want to do a little video, which is fine too. So that's it. And you're uploading that hero life graph in your day 3 folder. Okay. So if you have any questions, reach out. I'm here. You know, if you want to schedule a Zoom meeting with me about this, it's pretty straightforward. And I look forward to reading them, and we'll see you tomorrow.